It started like any other morning. The sun was streaming through the kitchen window. The coffee was brewing, and I was getting my daughter ready for school. I'm a working mom, and my world revolves around my 12-year-old Lily. But lately, a shadow had fallen over our seemingly perfect life. My husband, Daniel, had been distant, lost in his own world. I tried to ignore it, telling myself it was just work stress. Lily, on the other hand, missed nothing. She was a quiet, observant girl with an intelligence that often surprised me. For years, Daniel and I had been putting money aside for her future, a college fund that was our promise to her. I used to check the account balance regularly, watching it grow with pride, until one day, I couldn't log in. Incorrect password. The screen flashed. When I asked Daniel, he just waved me off, annoyed. "Don't worry about it," he said, not looking up from his phone. "I'm managing it now." His dismissiveness sent a shiver down my spine. Something was wrong. That night, Daniel came home late, his phone buzzing non-stop. I glanced over and saw a name I didn't recognize. Erica. My heart sank, but I forced myself to stay calm. I didn't want to jump to conclusions. A few days later, Lily overheard us arguing. She came to me later, her big eyes filled with worry. I pulled her into a hug and whispered, "Everything's okay, baby," even though I wasn't sure it was. The next week, Daniel announced he was going on a business trip. It felt odd, so that afternoon, I found his laptop open on the dining table. An email was on the screen, a hotel booking for two. My hands trembled as I took a screenshot with my phone. I knew I shouldn't have snooped, but my gut told me I needed proof. Driven by a terrible feeling, I tried to access Lily's college fund again. This time, I tried a password reset. When I finally got in, my world stopped. The account was empty. $40,000, every single penny we had saved for 12 years, was gone. My hands shook so badly I dropped my phone. When I confronted Daniel, he was smooth, practiced. "I moved it to a higher yield, safer account," he claimed. But he wouldn't meet my eyes. The lie was so blatant, so cruel, it knocked the wind out of me. That night, I cried silently in the kitchen, feeling utterly broken and alone. Suddenly, I felt small arms wrap around me. It was Lily. She didn't say a word, just wiped my tears with the sleeve of her pajama top. The next morning, she asked quietly, "Mom, how much was in my college fund?" My voice was barely a whisper. "About $40,000. Honey?" Lily just nodded, her expression unreadable but strangely determined. Meanwhile, Daniel's behavior grew more audacious. He started wearing expensive new clothes and a cologne I didn't recognize. He was hiding receipts, deleting messages, and becoming a stranger in our own home. One afternoon, I came home to find Lily on his laptop, pretending to do her homework. Later, she came to my room and closed the door. "Mom," she whispered, her eyes wide, "I think I know where the money went." She had found hidden folders on his computer labeled investments. Inside were screenshots of bank transfers, large sums of money, moved from the college fund to an account under the name Erica Miller. My little girl had found the evidence I couldn't. She had printed everything and hidden the papers in her room. We knew we had to be smart. We decided to stay quiet and plan our next move. I acted completely normal around Daniel, pretending everything was fine to avoid raising his suspicion. But behind the scenes, Lily was a little detective. She figured out how to track Daniel's location through our shared family phone plan. She was watching his every move. A week later, he announced another business trip. As soon as he left, Lily looked at me. He's at the Grand Oak, Mom. That fancy restaurant downtown. We got in the car and followed him. We parked across the street and watched through the window. There he was, laughing and smiling with Erica. He handed her a beautifully wrapped gift box. My chest tightened with a pain so sharp it took my breath away. Lily, ever the pragmatist, had her phone out, recording the entire scene. We watched as Erica opened the box. It was a diamond bracelet, the same one Daniel had pointed out in a jewelry store window months ago, promising to buy it for me for our anniversary. The betrayal was complete. I wanted to storm in there, to scream, to make a scene, but I looked at Lily, so calm and focused beside me, and I knew we had to wait. We had to be smarter than him. That night, we went home and didn't say a word to Daniel when he returned. Instead, Lily and I organized our evidence: bank statements, screenshots of the transfers, the video from the restaurant. Lily even created a secret email account and sent copies of everything to herself, just in case. She was 12 years old, and she was my rock, my strength. The next day at school, Lily did something incredibly brave. She confided in her favorite teacher about a family problem. Her teacher, a wonderful woman, listened carefully and connected us with a legal aid service that offered free consultations. It was the lifeline we needed. With a lawyer's guidance, I quietly filed for divorce and got an emergency order to freeze all our joint assets. The following Saturday, Daniel came storming home, his face purple with rage. He'd gone to the ATM and his card was declined. "What did you do?" he yelled, his voice echoing through the house. I stood my ground, my fear replaced by a cold, hard resolve. "I don't know, Daniel," I said calmly. "Why don't you ask Erica?" Then I laid it all out on the coffee table. Every receipt, every bank transfer, every screenshot. His face went from red to white. He was speechless. Just then, Lily's bedroom door opened. She walked out, holding her own stack of printed screenshots. She looked him straight in the eye and said, "You shouldn't have touched my future, Dad." The silence that followed was deafening. Daniel tried to apologize, to beg, to explain, but it was too late. The damage was done. When Erica found out, his accounts were frozen and he was broke. She disappeared without a trace. The court proceedings were difficult, but the evidence was undeniable. The judge sided with us completely. I was granted full custody, and Daniel was ordered to repay a significant portion of the money he had stolen. Lily and I moved into a small, cozy apartment. It wasn't much, but it was peaceful. It was ours. We were starting over, just the two of us. I found a new job that I loved, and slowly, we began to rebuild our lives. The most incredible thing happened next. The story of Lily's bravery and quick thinking got out, and she was awarded a full academic scholarship to a prestigious private school. One evening, as we were settling into our new life, Lily handed me a handmade card. On the front, she had drawn two stick figures holding hands. Inside, it said, "Thank you for never giving up on us." Tears streamed down my face as I hugged her, my fierce, brilliant daughter. Daniel stole our money, but in the end, we took back our lives, our peace, and our future. He taught us a painful lesson about betrayal, but Lily taught me a powerful one about resilience. Never, ever underestimate the power of a child's love and their unwavering sense of justice. Thanks for watching.